So when a request comes to service A, that is sent to iptables, and that request is further sent to the pod A. The same happens with node 2 as well. Now, let's say if somebody accidentally removes the iptable rules from node 1 and node 2, what now? I think we have so many questions to answer. How do you troubleshoot this scenario? How do you even fix it? How quickly can you restore the cluster back to a normal state, right? So let's try that with a demo. Right now, what we have is a Kubernetes cluster with two worker nodes, as we saw in the design. I also have an nginx deployment with two pods running in two different nodes. I also have an nginx service, just the way that you saw it. So this is service A. This I have a service A running here. So now I'm connected to worker node. Now, if I do a curl to the service IP, I'm getting a response back. So we are talking about this scenario here, right? Right. Now, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and flush the rules in this worker node, and then see how it's responding back when we are trying to send the same request. Okay, and I'm flushing the rules here in the worker node 1. I'm also flushing the rules in the worker node 2. Now I'm sending a curl request here. As you can see, the response is not coming back. It is it's not strange, but again, this is a disaster scenario that we are talking about. Now, how do I handle this scenario? Right. Now, if I can go back to the presentation, uh, fortunately for us, we have proxy, and proxy uh, is a god in this scenario for us. So what proxy does is it will check for the IP tables status, and if it is not matched with the design state, it will reset the rules of IP table. So you will have this IP tables rules reset by proxy, but which also means that the restoration of connectivity between pod A and pod 2 happens seamlessly. Now the question here is, how quickly can proxy restore things? Now that is the question that we are trying to answer here. So let's go back to the scenario. As you can see, there is a failure now. Now if I send a request to the curl to this service IP, we are getting a response back, which means the IP tables rules are now restored back. Okay. So what I have is a script that can show us how quickly we can do that. The restoration happens. Okay. So I'm doing a for loop for 500 times, and I am sending a request to this service IP. Um, and then we will start flushing these two and see how quickly we are getting this. So right now we are getting a 200 response. So let me flush this, and let me flush this again. And now see, as you can see, we are not seeing any response here. So let's wait for some time until the connections get restored, and how quickly can the connections get restored. I'm watching my clock. It should not take much time, but again, as I said, you see a 403 connective, 403, and then you get the connection restored in less than 30 seconds. So there you go. So the answer is 30 seconds is all it takes for proxy. Less than 30 seconds, to be honest, is all it takes proxy to reset everything. I hope this is useful. And if you really like it, I appreciate if you can subscribe and share this video to your friends.